I'm like, okay. Then I text my golden girls and I'm like, oh my gosh, I lost my keys. This is fantastic. We're gonna see what I can come up with making like a big circle to hold all these leaves. Look how good they're doing, guys. All right, first step on today's adventures, we're stopping by the coffee shop because one of my favorite baristas, also known as one of the 4 golden girls, her last day is on Monday and I work on Monday, so I want to make sure that I come in today for her second to last day to let her make me a drink because I love her drinks that she makes me and I want to say hey before her almost last day. So let's go into the coffee shop and get some tea. All right, so I'm at Lowe's and what I'm trying to find is like chicken wire or something because I want to take it and like make a cylinder tube that I'm going to use for a leaf compost project that I'm going to work on out at camp. And basically I'm going to mulch up some leaves, put them in here, layer them with some coffee grounds that I got from the coffee shop that you just saw me at. I'm going to mix those two and make a just really easy, quick compost that I can use to line my garden beds with once we build them. But I need to find some wire because I saw this online where you can use the wire to make like these cylindrical enclosures for it. So that's what we're looking for now. Okay. I may have went through their like sorry entry close thing, but I got what I needed. So we'll roll with it. This is how my shopping trip at Lowe's went. It was going great. I'm wearing this like pea coat and the pockets suck. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna hold my keys. Oh, here, let me. Like they have my keychain, right? So I had them around my wrist like this and I was walking around the store with them on my wrist, like holding on to the keys. And I did that because I didn't want to lose them because these pockets aren't really that great and I'm wearing leggings. And so I'm walking around and I go to the garden section and then I guess when I set my camera up so you could watch me like go get the wire netting, apparently I set them down. I don't remember doing it. So I shopped the entire rest of the store, wandered around, got all my things. It was great. I checked out. Still didn't notice that I didn't have them. I don't know why, because I normally don't carry them on my wrist. And so the thought of having them on my wrist didn't like, you know, register with me. I make it all the way out to the truck and I'm like, I can't find my keys. That's weird. Okay. And I'm digging through the shopping cart. I didn't have them. So I threw all of my merchandise into the truck bed so I wouldn't have to walk all the way back through the store with all these purchased merchandise. And then I went up to the register and the lady was like, sweet, but she's like, no, sorry, like you didn't. I'm like, okay. Then I text my golden girls and I'm like, oh my gosh, I lost my keys. This is fantastic. Like I had them on my wrist so I wouldn't lose them and then I lost them. So I retraced all my steps and then I was like, you know what? I feel like I remember setting them down in the garden section. They were in the garden section. Sitting on a random box that I'm pretty sure all the employees were trying to unload because they had all the section blocked off, obviously. So they were like all unloading all their product and lo and behold, my golden girl keys are just chilling on one of the boxes. So I awkwardly grab it and hightail it out of there before I could tell you my story because there was no way I was going to tell you my story in front of all those employees. So here I am now. Okay. Yep. Let's go to camp. All right, so like I'd mentioned, I have this wire, it's like 3-foot chicken wire, and then I have some posts. We're gonna see what I can come up with making like a big circle to hold all these leaves. All right, so this looks pretty good. It wasn't too hard to build. It was just kind of weird playing with the chicken wire. Like if you've never used chicken wire before, you know it kind of just likes to roll on itself. So it's not too bad. These green stakes are really awesome, but I probably would have bought 4 had I known how easy they would be to use. But I can always go back and add more, which is the great part about it. So if I can stand back and show you guys, that's how big it is. I used like the entire 25-foot roll, and it's 3 feet tall, which means I'm gonna need a lot more than just one. All right, so basically the plan will be to get all of these leaves just in here right now, and then that way, like once we have a consecutive dry run, I can easily like pull one of these green poles out, open it up to bring like all of the leaves that I've collected so far, and then we need to run them through the lawnmower so that they can like mulch down into smaller pieces. This is probably something that I should have started back in the fall, but obviously I wasn't here. I didn't know that we'd be in this land in this spot. So we're just figuring it out as we go, and we're gonna make it work. So for now, I collect a bunch of leaves. All right, so you see that our pile is looking pretty good. We have it about like a foot tall, which is awesome. So now we're going to talk about the different components of a compost. And to sum it up in like its most basic term, compost is a ratio of carbons and nitrogens. And if you want to see other compost videos that I've made here on this channel, I'll make sure to link them down in the description box below. You can go check out on the homestead playlist to see all of those. But in this tub, which is actually slightly heavier than I thought it'd be, we have like this much, which is awesome. This is all coffee grounds, used coffee grounds from the coffee shop that you saw at the beginning of this video. They are a local coffee shop, and I know the owner personally, and I asked her if she would let me have their used coffee grounds before they discard them. And she was like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, bring in a clean bucket and you can have whatever you want. So this is like a day and a half's worth of coffee grounds from the coffee shop that would literally get thrown away. Like, nothing against the owner, that's like obviously what they have to do as part of their business, but like this would get thrown in the trash, guys, and this is going to be perfect for this bin. So the leaves in the bin that we have already are carbons, and you need a balance of carbons and nitrogens to make a proper ecosystem within your compost. And so coffee grounds are a great source of nitrogen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole bin and I'm going to kind of just sprinkle it all throughout there. I'll add a few more leaves to the pile, and then we'll leave it for now because I'll get more coffee grounds from the shop. It'll rain, it'll kind of compress these down, and then once it dries out and it gets a little bit hotter for a couple days, then we can go in and like either use a lawnmower or a weed whacker or something, and we can churn up this pile so that the leaves break down, that they're smaller bits, and they're easier and quicker to compost. Alright guys, before we end this vlog, I wanted to update you on my worms. So here's where my bin is at. If you haven't seen my worm composting video, make sure to go check that out. This is a vermicompost system that I built. It's a 3-tier system. And I want to show you these worms because they are doing pretty well. So let me take off that top layer because it is still empty. This is what they're looking like. All right, so you can see in here that I have recently fed them. It is a little bit wet, and I need to work on getting a better balance out for them. But if I can just go in here and dig around, you'll be able to see the worms. Look how good they're doing, guys. So they are just eating along, loving everything that's in here. There you can see some more. Ooh, there they are. They obviously don't like sunlight, so they're gonna try to hide as quickly as possible. But I don't want to disturb their environment too much. But they're doing so good. This compost is looking incredible. All right, so I am very happy with how this worm bin is looking. They are doing so well, and I'm just so excited. I love that now I have worms like as pets. It's wild. All right guys, I think I'm gonna end today's video here. I hope you enjoyed it, enjoyed getting to see a little bit more of life at camp and the homesteading projects that I have here. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button so you feel welcomed into this faithful home with me. I upload videos every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, so I will check back with you guys next week for another video. Bye guys.